Does your living room need a little holiday magic? Watch as I take mine from messy to merry with a quick cleanup, cozy decorations, and some festive DIY touches, including 8 adorable pet stockings. Oh, and Max the cat, he's ready to steal the show. Let's dive in and make it happen. So hey, welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Jen and I make homemaking videos. I am an imperfect homemaker living in small town northern Maine in my small home. I have been thinking for the past week or so about how I am going to do the holidays here on YouTube, how I would decorate, and how I would come across with celebrating with all of you. And one of the biggest things, of course, was decorating. And I thought about doing a video where I just decorate everything. Boom, 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 it's done. But I got thinking about that. And what is the fun of doing it all at once and it just being kind of over with, and all of the fun is just sort of passed through. So I decided that we're going to do things this year a little at a time. That way I can incorporate the holidays into my videos on a much longer basis. I also have a little bit of a surprise coming up, and that will be coming up the day after Thanksgiving. It's sort of a game that we're going to play, if you will, for the ending of November and the rest of December. But you will have to wait and see on that. And don't mind me here with my fire burning the strings off the mat. The mat that I have came from the Dollar Tree. The candle holder here that you see is also from the Dollar Tree. The plate is one of my Pioneer Women plates, and I attached it to the candle holder with what I'm trying to show you is alien tape. I love that stuff if you haven't noticed, and it works. The candle I actually got for free doing a review at Walmart. They gave me a $5 promotional code. The candle was just under $5, and I had them send it straight to my house. So what you're looking at here is $1.25 for the mat, $1.25 for the candlestick holder. I'm not going to use these beads. The plate I already had, and the candle was free. And what I'm bringing in, I had the fabric on hand, and I made this runner a few days ago, and I'm going to use it under this mat. So my total cost of what I actually paid out of pocket to, for now, decorate my tabletop is a total of $250 because the candle was free. So I am working hard to stay along my theme of keeping my costs down for decorating for Christmas. Now, isn't that cute? And I didn't want to say the magic Google words because I know that some of you may have them, and I don't want to do funky things to your house. So I just kind of edited that out. And right here, I am going to be getting this cat carrier out of here, and I dug up a few cat toys, and I'm going to take that out, and I am going to replace it with the mushroom cat scratcher that Mr. Max so loves, but I'm going to put it over here so that Lulu does not feel inclined to go behind the fencing to munch on cat treats, if you will. And the stockings that you're looking at, I sewed these the other day. It took me a couple of hours, and I made each of the animals their own mini stocking. And I did not say in the description of my video, but I am going to be folding these fat quarters and separating out things that are not fat quarters and getting rid of any tiny scraps that I have, because I have so much fabric that I don't want just little piddly pieces of fabric hanging around. And while you're looking at my fabrics, if you come up with any ideas of what I maybe could sew for a next project or for Christmas gifts that are maybe pretty simple, or for decor, while you're looking at this fabric, you come up with any ideas, you drop them right in the comments below for me, and I will see what I can come up with. Some of these fabrics, like the one you're seeing, the Minions and the Harry Potter, and I believe the dog fabrics, and some of the other ones, just random things, were actually purchased by my stepdad. Before he died, he was going to work on making some quilts. He actually liked to sew, and like me, was a fairly novice sewer, but just did it for a hobby. My sewing isn't perfect, his sewing wasn't perfect, so that was something that we very much have in common. And when he passed away, my mom gifted them to me because she does not sew at all. So I was gifted many of these fabrics. One project I need to do is my daughter-in-law wants me to make her and my son and my grandson some Christmas stockings for them, and she wants sunflowers on hers, and I have to see what I can come up with for the rest of them, which should be kind of a fun little project. Before I started this video up, I actually did go through my big tote full of fabrics and, weeded out all of these fat quarters and some of the scrappier pieces of fabric and folded them all up so they fit into the tote neatly again. I have sewn quite a bit of it down, but there's a lot more to go. I would like to be left with just a tote of fabric and no more than that. Have some ahead for, in the moment ideas, and the rest of what I would buy in the future would be for very specific type projects. And what I am doing here is I went and found something for now to store these fat quarters in, which I am going to put them into a bag, and I will just sit them on top of the tote so that I know exactly how much fabric I have. When I grab one of these, I'll know for sure that it's a fat quarter, whether it's got the label on it or not. So another thing that I'm doing is I did come across some bigger pieces of fabric, and I folded them up separately, and I gotta go put them in the tote. And now I'm just gonna set these all down in the bag, and I'm going to get them put away so that we can move on to getting some cleaning done, which is more so what this video is about, along with decorating. And I have to tell you, I'm very surprised Max isn't down here right now, jumping all around in this stuff, because anytime there's any kind of action going on, he is right in the middle of it. One thing I was thinking about sewing everybody for Christmas and embroidering is a wristlet type keychain with, individual different types of straps and embroidering everyone's name on them. For a moment, it looked like Mo thought I was playing some type of an interesting and fun game. I taped the pom-pom garland up onto the wall, and I should have known better. I had to come down later on with a stapler, and I stapled it up, and it stayed up. I should have known it was way too heavy for a little bit of Scotch tape. I was thinking that Bella has very little floor space, but she has plenty of wall space. And I saw something very cute today at Walmart, and maybe it was just accidental that they had sort of done it, but it gave me the idea. They showed wooden beads on a string, and they were shaped on a wall like a tree, like, you know, just strung up like a tree. And I was thinking that since she has very little floor space, that the next best thing for her room, instead of doing a tree in her room to make her room festive, I would do a string of pom-poms that are smaller than these strung up to look like a Christmas tree. And then if she wanted, she could even hang lights and decorations and so forth. In fact, I have a set of solar lights that she could probably string up along with the pom-poms so that they don't even have to be plugged in. So if I get to that, which I hope I will, I'll be showing you that. Unless, of course, I come up with some other better idea. You can't have much holly jolly with the room looking like this, so I am going to get to picking things up and tidying the room so that I can get some more of my holiday decor out. Maybe it's just me, but I always feel so bad when I have to make the animals get up and move. I was just sitting here listening to this video back, and I remembered something that I wanted to tell you guys. When I was cleaning out my fabrics, I found the most luxurious feeling fabric I have ever felt. I'm pretty sure it's probably like a rayon or a silk or some kind of a blend, but it is so buttery soft. And I am going to make me and Bella both some pillowcases out of it, because I think it would be a little bit gentler to our skin and hair, and it's just such a beautiful feeling fabric. I know she will absolutely love it. And yes, small things excite me. No one ever peeks in here. It would be the perfect place to hide gifts. For now, I'm just getting some of this bigger stuff out of view, so that I can clean up around all of the stuff that's laying around. I also know that most of you have been listening to me long enough that you can generally tell when something is slightly off in my voice. I am feeling like I am coming down with a cold or the flu, but I know that I'm not. What actually happened is I missed a couple days of my pills, and when that happens, it makes me feel like I am coming down with the flu, and it makes my mood a little bit on the drab side. So if my voice sounds sort of off, that's probably why. I do not keep my depression a secret, or the fact that I take medication for it a secret. For me, medication definitely makes a huge difference. It's time to get this couch cleaned off on top, on bottom, and get my new Christmas throws and pillows out on the couch to enjoy. See, I hate moving the poor dogs, but didn't have to move him too far. I am sure that you can tell by their reactions that this has been done more than once every time they've had beds. Generally, if I want them off the couch, I'll just simply pick them up, bed and all, and move them where they need to go. For those of you who do not remember the reef behind my couch, from last year. You are exactly right. It is new. But the point of it is, and why I'm bringing it up, is while it is new, the question is, how much did I actually spend on it? The answer to that is I spent to put together that wreath exactly the same amount as I spent to put the candle decoration on my table. I bought a string of I can't even speak tonight. I bought a string of snowflake LED lights in bright white, and the pink baubles that you see are both new, and the wreath is new. And I paid $1.25 for the baubles. I paid $1.25 for the string of lights, and the wreath was almost $5. And you say, well, I thought you didn't spend any money. Well, again, and I don't know what it is this year with the Walmart promotional codes, but it seems like every few reviews that I write for Walmart, they are sending me a $5 promotional code. So when they send me that code, I find something that is almost or is just a teeny tiny bit over $5 and buy that. In fact, I just bought Max's stocking stuffer tonight, and I can't wait till it comes in so I can show you because it is so fitting for him. But anyway, the wreath was undecorated. It's artificial. It came from Walmart, and it was $4.96 or $97, I believe. Free shipping because we have Walmart Plus. The baubles were $1.25. The lights were $1.25. And the bow and the ribbons I put on myself and made the bow. So I paid a total of $2.50 for my wreath that sits behind the couch. So not only this year am I trying to be a little bit more creative, I'm also finding creative ways to save money. Those Walmart promotional codes, I don't know what causes them or what am I trying to say here? I don't know what causes them to propagate, but it does seem like every few reviews I do that one will pop up, or if I don't do a review for a while and I've bought some things, it offers me a promotional code to write a review. So it's worth it if you buy a few things from Walmart, even if it's just food, to write some reviews and see if maybe they'll propagate for you too. The side of the couch where the hubby sits is getting quite worn. In fact, you can see the wooden frame through the fabric of the couch, so I threw my fall blanket in here to just sort of help boost the seat up and to cover the wood so that it wouldn't keep cutting through the fabric. Eventually here, yes, I'm probably going to need a new couch, but I am really trying to wait a while, especially having a little kitten and little kids coming through the house. I just don't feel now is the time to worry about getting a different couch. What gets you motivated to clean? For me, it's knowing that I have some things to put out that are seasonal and fresh to look at, and that motivates me to want to clean my spaces so that I can have those newer or old new things out to see and look at, and that way I'm not putting things out over a mess because it wouldn't be very enjoyable that way. So it's nice to have some fresh things out to look at and to enjoy, and even a few little pops of new things here and there, and of course the old familiar as well. The two throws that I put on the couch are about 5 years old, and I'm going to vacuum the couch down, and I got a couple of new throws to bring out that I just purchased this year. For the other side, because some of the other throws that I had for winter were just pretty worn out and getting kind of ick, so I decided to retire those and to get some new ones since those ones had been so well loved and well worn. I swear sometimes this couch eats better than we all do. Max the cat has come to inspect and make sure that I put his couch back together the correct way. He is right up in there making sure.
No. No. You can't. Oh, that's the poop. Don't bite. No biting. Don't be mean. No. No bite.
So I went into my office to grab the new Christmas holiday throw pillows, winter, whatever you will have, and also the throw pillow cover that I bought, which was supposed to be two, according to how it was written up, but ended up being one. They were nice enough to refund me half my money after a conversation with them that I had about the fact that they wrote twice um, in their thing showing the pillows, stating that it was pillows, showing pillows, and I wasn't very happy about the idea that I thought I was getting two and it was actually one. But in this world, we make do and we make the best of what we got. And I was lucky enough to get another promo code from Walmart, and the white and red pillow that you see was actually another promo code $5 freebie. So that was a good deal for me, and I will be just fine with my one throw pillow cover because, it's gray, neutral, has snowflakes. The red and white one has snowflakes, and the little green one with the little camping trailer also has snow on it, so they all sort of tie together. And yeah, so I cut the tags off them, no scratchy, unsightly tags, but I did forget to cut the tags off the throw blankets that I am about to bring out. But I will be doing that tonight as soon as I am done with this voiceover. And Lulu is looking at me like I have absolutely lost my marbles. I should have just grabbed this all at the same time. It's all been hiding out in my office behind a shelf to keep little hands out of it. And there are my soaps that I buy, and my two throws, and my sheet set that I showed you a while back, which will be popping up in another video later on when I get upstairs to get my rooms straightened out and add the new sheets and quilts. But for now, we are going to do these throws, and I saw this one and love the colors on it. I love the teal and the red and the white and the black, and if you notice from my thumbnails, those are the colors, although much more muted, that I have been using for my thumbnails. And those are the colors that I have decided to stick with. Black, white, very pale greenish, like a sagey green color, and a sort of muted red color are the colors that I've been using. And this one is also super cute, and I know that Bella will like it. It's got snowflakes and candy canes, and it's a nice deep dark blue, which for Bella, blue is her favorite color. And I wanted to bring something else up and see what you guys think of it. I have been asked more than once. I've been emailed a few times and asked several times if I have a P.O. box. I do not have a P.O. box, but I have had many people say that they would like to mail me cards and letters, and I am totally into cards and letters. So if there is an interest for me to have a P.O. box, I would be happy to grab one. I am not expecting anything more than cards and letters, just things like that. Those things are precious to me, and I enjoy getting things like that, and there would be no expectation of anything other than simply cards and letters. So if that's something that interests you all, if there's an interest for it, I would be more than happy to go grab one, at least, for a while and see how it works out and see how it goes. But if there's no interest, there's no point in me grabbing one. So let me know in the comments below if me getting a P.O. box is something that you all would like. And what else was I going to tell you guys? Oh, we are going to get this floor vacuumed up. I can tell you that. It's seriously needing it, and I was gonna put those pillows back in my office, but realized that they needed to go through the wash for sure. And I'm just picking up random things, trying to figure out where best the pillows would work without making my couch look too overly cluttered, and putting some stuff away so the couch has a nice clear path. Many of you have noticed that my dogs are really not too overly bothered by the vacuum. And I have said before that the two boy dogs are mostly deaf and pretty unfazed by it. Even when they were littler, they were generally pretty unafraid of the vacuum. They are the kind of dogs that you could probably run over with the vacuum and it would have very little reaction. Don't ask me why, I don't know, but oftentimes when you're vacuuming, you would have to legitimately watch out for them, even when they were very young dogs, because they seemed oblivious to the vacuum. Lulu, on the other hand, is not quite as fond of the vacuum, and all of my cats absolutely hate the vacuum, even though this vacuum is much, much quieter than a full-size vacuum. The kitten sees the vacuum, and generally he will poof up and run sideways and run away, which is quite the sight to see, actually. It's quite funny, although I don't like the fact that the vacuum sort of scares him. His reaction's still quite funny, but I try not to get near him with the vacuum too quickly. I am really loving all these little stockings for the cats and dogs. I already ordered Max's little stocking stuffer, and I'm so excited to get that. And now I am going to get Greg's side table cleaned off. This thing has been driving me crazy for the past day. All the stuff here, it's not all just his, some of it's mine, but it has all got to be cleaned up. And that is what we are going to do. And you're going to see me do something a little off-hinged, but I was kind of curious if it would work. I put a few drops of lemon essential oil on the stand. No, the stand is not wood, and I don't know how it would affect wood. But for this stand, it actually did a very good job of cleaning it off and left it smelling nice and lemony fresh. So, and I did not use water, I just used the essential oil to clean it off. Probably not something I would do all the time, but I just wanted to try it out. Just one of those ideas that popped in my head, and I tried it, and it seemed to work kind of good. So, made the room smell lemony fresh. And I'm gonna wipe out his little tray thing here, the Lazy Susan, and put his things that he actually needs within arm's reach in it so that he has them. Oh, and I'm going to wipe this candle out because I don't know why, but he seems not to trim the wicks to the right length, and there's always soot on them, which drives me bonkers. It's a small, stupid thing, but it does drive me nuts. I tend to trim the wicks very short, and he tends to leave them quite a bit longer. So that's the reason. If your candle gets very sooty and dirty, that's probably why your wick is probably too long, or you have wind passing over the top of the candle, blowing it around and causing smoke. He seems to have collected just a little bit of everything on this table, from eye drops to dog spray to some type of parts that are for the brakes. I believe they are brake clips to the old brakes that came off the car just recently. I think the brakes were actually okay-ish on the car, but he wanted to change them before winter, so he took it to the garage and had the brakes changed. And actually, my son also has a Focus like we do, so he gave him the brakes to the car. Are these stockings not the absolute cutest? If you are interested in making them, I will be putting a pattern for free on the blog, along with some simple instructions on how to make them. There are the Indians. They've been exchanged out with my plants. Greg was pretty happy about that, and anything I can do to make somebody happy, I generally try to. This table setting makes me happy with the little wooden birch candle and Mr. Max down there playing. And as I promised you, I will be ending this video with just a little bit of Max playtime. He is the silliest cat I have ever dealt with. Kitten, cat, baby boy, crazy Max, whatever you want to call him. He is just a bundle of energy. And there you have it. There's the wreath that I put together. It's not lit up. We did put batteries in it tonight, and it looked oh so pretty in the dark. I love it. The pom-poms hanging up, which will soon have stockings over them for us. The doggies in their new beds, surrounded by all the Christmassy pillows and throws. Lucky looks so cozy, although he's in his sister's bed. And here we are, Mr. Max having his playtime. Thank you all for joining me today, and happy cleaning. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.